There is a Parkers-shaped cloud above me this afternoon. Aberdeen 3, Celtic 3. Let's talk about it. Things can only get better is the title of the song that we all know, and I thought that was going to be the case today. I thought things would only get better after the last two results against Rangers and AC Milan, and that's not the case. 3 straw up Audrey, 3 stupid mistakes, giving away goals, Neil Lennon sitting there sulking in his chair, quite in disbelief at how his defence is playing. And there is generally a question now as to how long Neil Lennon has got left in that dugout. Will he be there the next couple of weeks the way it is going? The Lennon out part is trending now. It's big time. You know, it's gone. It's peaked. You know, I don't think it'll get any worse than what it is just now. Will he remain in the Celtic job come even tomorrow? I do believe he will. But there is a genuine conversation for it now that it could be the end. And if you're judging off the last 3 performances, not even just the last 3 performances, let's cut to the chase and be honest about things. The entire season's performances, ultimately, it does look as though we need change at Celtic Football Club. But speaking in a realistic matter, taking everything into account, I don't see who would be coming in. I don't see the board making that change. I don't see a lot of it actually coming to fruition. It's just a kind of pipe dream, I think, for a lot of Celtic fans at the minute. And perhaps even myself, do I think that Lennon should go? I don't know. I'm at this point, I'm just very depressed with the way we're playing. And it's reflected in the videos and the way I speak and everything else. It is a horrid situation to be in. 3 terrible games in a row. Let's specifically speak about today. Aberdeen take the lead 1-0 up, penalty given away. Just ridiculous some of our defending at points today. We pull it back to 1 each, very nice. Do you know what? Tom Rogic today, absolutely sensational. Brilliant player. Just watching him create things out of nothing is unreal. And the goal that we scored to bring the game back to 1-0 between Rogic and McGregor, it looked like Celtic of, like, you know, the best under Brendan Rodgers. It just reminded me of that. It was fantastic. Tom Rogic creates something out of nothing every time he has that ball. He takes the smallest of gaps and he finds a pass that could be difficult for anybody else and he makes it look easy. Rogic being in that team is great. It's great to have him back, and today was one of the lights of hope in that team. It's a shame that he can't play 90 minutes. If he was on the pitch for 90 at 100% level, I think that we would have gotten a lot better than what we did. I don't think we would have drew the game for each, but he had to go off. But Rogic was great. We pull it back. We then go down 2-1, down to a goal which comedic value of once again when it comes to defending. We pull it back to 2 each. Griffiths, spectacular finish. Granted, I'll give Aberdeen this. It probably shouldn't have even got to a goal. It should have been a foul. Duffy, what is he playing? Duffy is brain dead, man. Absolutely brain dead. He can't remain in that team for me right now. I don't know what to expect from now. I had so much hope, and we all did. We had so much faith in Shane Duffy. And what is he doing? Nothing. He's rotten. He's useless. And today he was once again useless. It should have been a foul, but we got him score from it. Griffiths, what a finish. And that is typical. That is stunningly Lee Griffiths stuff. It's typical of him to get a goal like that. As soon as he takes on his left, you know it's gone in the back of the net. There's not a shadow of a doubt. You know it's gone in the back of the net with the way he sets himself up with the opportunity. Fantastic. Get ourselves into the lead. Nice. Good. All I have to do is hold on now. Damn, I didn't. Cal McGregor doesn't know how to do that. And I'm shocked Cal McGregor even lasted to that point in the game. The amount of yellow cards that he could have potentially been given for foul after foul after foul. He should have been off the park. You know, every single time he fouled, I'm looking at myself, how is he avoiding this, man? He's already on a yellow. He was on a yellow for so long. I think it was 5 fouls he made after being booked initially that he made. That is, you know, 5 offences, no red card. Then he gives away the penalty at the end. I wish he was off at this point, like in hindsight. And, yep, Lewis Ferguson converts again, and we find ourselves leaving the game with a point. And let's be honest, Aberdeen was never going to be easy. It was always going to be a hard game. It was always going to be a test of character for Neil Lennon today. But that's the thing. Neil Lennon's character and Neil Lennon's side today, this was the opportunity to make a statement. This was a massive chance for us to answer back to critics and even our own fans for all the criticism of the past 2 games. Today we should have went out there and left no shadow of a doubt how good a team we can be. And we left more than a doubt. We left so many doubts of how good a team we are. Because right now we don't look like a good team. And that was the chance today to do that. And we never done it. And now we have to look at the potential consequences. We're falling behind now. We still do have a game in hand, but we've left ourselves in a position where we win our game in hand. We're still 3 points behind Rangers. We are having to make these games against Rangers must-win games. The luxury of it being a game that might not matter as much is just slowly dwindling away. We are making these must-win. And it's horrible because we don't look as though we win any day games the way we're playing against them. So it's so annoying. Today, there was only a few players in the park that got pass marks for me. I feel like, once again, there's just so many players who just look like passengers to the team. And there's so many things we do wrong. Our final product is, it's horrid to watch. Laxalt's crosses, it was great on Thursday. The night, you think he's sending his crosses back to Uruguay. They're gone at the stadium, man. Frimpong can't beat the first man with his crosses. You've got no hope. It's frustrating. So 3 things we've learned. Is there 3 things that we've learned that aren't the same things from during the week? We'll wait and see. Right, number 1, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be so repetitive from the last couple of videos in terms of 3 things we've learned from these games. Shane Duffy for me has to be dropped, and dropped for the foreseeable. I cannot wait for Neil Beaton and Christopher Julian to be back in that team. And even at that time, Abdel Ahmed. When these 3 guys are back, get Duffy so far on that bench that he's not even near the park. Just right up the back, right away. See you, bye Shane. I love him in the sense that he's came here, he's a Celtic man, he's achieving his dream, but it's no making the cut. You need to perform in the park. Play like you've got that opportunity. Don't play like you're here at a sheer luck. We're paying so much money towards the guy's wages probably, and it's been shown for nothing. He's been rotten. Just see him today, man, just walking about, strolling, casually, slow as a donkey, man. He is a donkey. He's playing like that right now. It's so frustrating. He gets worse and worse. I don't know if it is a mentality or a confidence thing that is coming into play at this point. But oh my God, man. I can't bear to watch him anymore. Brown, I think, is going to be better as a player coming off the bench this year. I really do. I think his impact now being shown in the game against St Johnstone, and today when he came off the bench, he never actually done a lot with the ball. I don't remember any significant moment in the game where he had the ball at his feet and done anything when he came off the bench, but there was definitely a switch in terms of the way Celtic performed as a team, and definitely a switch in mentality. We went out and we actually tried to attack the game, and we played like we wanted to win the game when Scott Brown came off the bench. And it was the exact same thing that happened against St Johnstone when he came on like the 80th minute. The last 10 minutes of the game we went out and won it, and that was when Brown came off. I think technically his best is gone. We all know that. There's nothing, we're not going to hide away from that. That's been the truth now for the past few seasons. It's been evident, but he's a motivator, he's a leader, and he knows how to get the job done when leading the team. So I think he's shown the last couple of games, when he's benched, I don't know how it affects him. I don't know if he's at the point of his career now where he sits there and he thinks, I've had my time. It's only right that players like Encham, Christie, McGregor, Rogic start ahead of me. I've had my time, I've done my bit, I'm 36. Or if it does generally affect him at the point where he's like, I'm the one getting dropped again, I want to be out there playing every week, starting every week. Nonetheless, he always gives 100% when he's on that park. And coming off the bench, I think he can be a really good asset this season, because I like the way Encham played today in certain points of the game. I think he was really used well in the role. First half, he was probably one of our best players. McGregor, got the goal, looked good, and then Rogic, I think, has to stay in the team. For me, Brown might be a bench player now, but in basketball you get the term 6th man of the year. Scott Brown could be your sort of 12th man of the year if you like, because I think he's got to be better being on that bench to start with. If the third thing that we've learned isn't Neil Lennon being at the job centre tomorrow, I don't know what it is. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be shocked. I generally will not be shocked if tomorrow I'm sitting down making a video saying Neil Lennon has been sacked, which would be crazy. I've never had to sit down and deal with a managerial change with such... I know we had Rodgers leaving, which was really toxic in the sense we were all shocked, we were calling him a rat and all the rest of it. But one like this, no happened since I've done YouTube, so it's weird. But Lennon, we have no idea what our best 11 is. Right now, Lennon is relying solely on player performances on the day. He's relying on players to turn up, play their best, and that's it. He doesn't have a system, doesn't have a team, and we've said that time and time again, especially on the podcast. And Talk Scottish Football, we've spoke about it so much, and I know we spoke about it, I think it was on Thursday as well, as a fly going about. I know we spoke about it, I think, on Thursday, and the 3 things we've learned, but the day, he put out that team, and I'm sitting watching, I'm like, is this our best team? When the team was released, I was like, my God, that's good. Apart from Scott Bain being in goals, like a bad gas, but when the team came out, I was like, oh, that's good, Horny, I like that. But then, when we were actually playing, I'm like, what is happening? There's just nothing there. There's no style, there's no identity. And then we're rehashing the same old stuff here and we're saying it, but it's so frustrating and we need to sort it out pronto. Maybe we'll be sorting it out under a new manager, who knows? We'll soon see. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, free each. Bloody hell, man. I just hate football at this point. I hate it. I hate Celtic. I love them, but I hate them, man. Like, subscribe. See you all next time.